The best of money matters. Right Business.
Welcome to The Right Business, where we dive deep into the stories of trailblazers who dare to disrupt the status quo, find the gap in the market to find the right business. Hello, I'm Hong Bin Zhang. Relocation can be one of the most disruptive yet transformative experiences, whether it's for a family moving across borders, a business relocating its operations, or an employee adjusting to a new posting abroad. And behind the scenes, making these transitions seamless, requires a combination of precision, planning, and people-first service. For nearly 50 years, the Family Movers has been delivering just that, evolving from a humble family-run operation into a globally recognized relocation partner. The company has built a reputation for reliability, innovation, and care. So to find out more about their approach to managing complex relocations and how the company continues to move with the times, joining us today is Ivan Ong, who's the general manager at the Family Movers. Hi, Ivan. Welcome to the show.
Hello, Hong Bin. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you so much for joining us. Well, Ivan, the Family Movers has grown remarkably over the past 50 years and recently achieved a 40.1% revenue growth from 2020 to 2023. Could you share the key milestones that have shaped the company's transformation from a family-run business into a global relocation leader?
Okay, so the company was established in 1975. It was started as for a small family business. And of course, it changed with the times. People demanding quality, corporations demanding accountability. The company has to adapt. That's why it, went on to obtain global accreditations in quality and management to, to assure that, our customers that they are in good hands. I mean, there are so many companies, 400 moving companies even in a small island like Singapore. So, what we felt that we needed to stand out is, of course, by providing, a step above what was provided as standard. We advocate always empathy, the personal touch, because, moving can be stressful. And, during a move, I think a family, a corporation, or even a mobility professional would very much appreciate that, that kind of personal touch and contact given to them.
Right. I mean, moving from house to house is already a hassle, but relocating is just another level here. I mean, it looks like you have 3 core service pillars: moving home, moving office, and moving employee, and the specific value they bring to clients. I want to find out more about that. So under your moving home services, you offer a wide range of solutions from local to international relocations, pet moves, and even concierge level support. Could you expound on the different solutions you offer under your moving home services?
Yeah, so, for a family or someone that's moving around locally here in Singapore, I think that is kind of straightforward because it takes cross-border complications out of the whole equation. But still, we will provide different kinds of service that our customers can tap on. Not just moving their furniture, they might need someone to take care of their pet. They might need someone to take care of a tax setup, a complex karaoke room setup. So, what we strive to is always tailor-made, the move according to the client's need. Just pay for what they need and don't pay for what they don't need. So, a consultative approach is what we offer. I mean, moving on to cross-border, that will take customs complication into the equation. Some countries would have complications with certain types of nature of furniture, like wood, for example. So we make sure our sales and move management teams stays highly trained and focused, stay in line with the latest updates on customs requirements across the different countries. So the customers are always well prepared rather than being caught, off guard when they arrive at a specific location.
Right. So speaking of international relocations here, you talked about, customs, clearance, paperwork, and compliance. So does your team handle all of that so that your clients can be just hands-free?
I wouldn't say that they would be 100% hands-free all of the times because, like I said, certain countries have certain requirements. Some of them requires physical visits by the clients themselves to the local embassy, the local customs house, just to obtain some approval. But we try and make the process as less stressful as possible, starting from a single point of contact. It's one person managing from point A to point B, already giving them a list of checklists of what they're supposed to expect so that they be prepared to, complete the checklist once they arrive at their destination. That makes the process a bit easier. In some cases where, only a physical document is required, like a passport that's needed to be turned over to customs, we take the hassle out by even picking it up from the customer himself and delivering it back to him so that he or she can focus on what matters and don't have to.
Okay, well, it seems like you also have unique offerings that include pet relocation as well. I relocated my own dog from Singapore to Korea, so I know the hassle, the amount of paperwork, and it's just a lot of stress that goes into just moving one pet, right? But what protocols are in place to ensure the safety and care of such sensitive moves?
So we work with third-party solution providers on pet relocations, and of course, we involve them very much at a very initial stage because it's different from a household goods where we go in for a consultation, we survey something that's not alive, furniture. A pet is very well alive and even part of the family. So that has to be taken with a lot more care and concern. So familiarity with requirements, and processes in different countries, again, it's very, very critical. So, yeah.
So for clients with fewer items or even flexible timelines, your shared container service offers a more economical option. How does that work and who is it ideal for?
So typically it's the shared container solution or groupage, like the industry call it, is very much like carpooling services in Uber or Grab where, you probably spend a bit longer time, but, it's more affordable if you are not in a rush. So most of our clients that takes up this service are mostly students, single, or even a young couple without any children. So they are not in a rush to receive their goods. They are going into a fully furnished space. So, and then, on the flip side, the plus point is that it's more eco-friendly as well. The carbon footprint is less because essentially you do not ship empty spaces within a container. So it's ideal. Even, recently, even corporate organization have taken this up as well on their temporary assignments team where they might be looking to shift like 6 people over for 6 months and then, all of them because they're traveling alone. So, they don't mind sharing a container and going over. So,
right. I also want to look into your moving office division. You supported commercial firms, government bureaus, and institutions across Singapore and beyond. How do you ensure minimal disruption and maintain operational continuity for your clients? And how do you handle large-scale multi-department or multi-site office relocations? Because I'm pretty sure office relocation is much different from just moving a house, right?
Yeah. So yes, moving a large organization can be, of course, much complex. So again, we take very initial consultative steps and, advise our clients. We plan out a roadmap with them. We identify the critical department, the critical people, and then, followed down on by, level of importance. For example, from C-suite down to maybe, someone that's taking care of daily stocks, for example. Ironically, the pandemic has made things a bit easier because people are accustomed to, remote working.
Right.
So right now the timeline, that has taken some heat off because I recall that, we used to go 24 hours on different shifts, different crews just to make sure that the move completes over the weekend, get IT down, IT up. Where else, in recent times, we have not seen such critical demands anymore.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, the Family Movers offers more than just logistics. It also helps in holistic employee support, which you offer under your moving employee services. Help us explain how your mobility policy consultation services help HR teams create smooth and consistent relocation policies.
So the Singapore market is changing all the time, with rental prices and also we assist our HR clients, a very good roadmap and, good forecast ahead for them to plan their policy and whether their policy needs to be dissected out into more tiers, from entry level to a C-suite, it could be very different. And then whether it needs to be mapped by geographic locations as well, because the cost of living in Singapore is going to be very much different from, another country.
Okay. And corporate immigration support is a major concern for global companies. How does your team assist in handling the legal and procedural aspects of international moves?
So on the legality part, it's very important that we work with the right partner with the right accreditations so that, you don't necessarily work with someone that's less familiar and, only realizes that, it's a legal implication where the assignee family is probably already halfway, reaching the destination. So it's important that, this is planned early. We work with highly certified and knowledgeable partners all around the globe.
Okay.
As part of our supply chain.
Great. Well, across your 3 core pillars, which service areas have seen the most demand or transformation in recent years, and why?
Definitely global cross-border relocation has seen the biggest growth. I mean, with companies becoming more agile and expanding, I think the initial cost of setup for a lot of organizations into a new country is also lesser now because they can maintain a smaller office, a smaller head count because of the flexibility of hybrid remote work environment. But on the flip side, it's with lesser cost, probably it's also easier for them to devise shorter term assignments and, move their employees around, by becoming more agile.
Some great info here. Well, before we let you go here, Ivan, I want to know what's next for the family movers. I mean, where are you guys headed? Are you planning to leverage your brand's legacy while keeping pace with the future of global mobility?
Yes, I think the Family Movers has a solid foundation in our legacy. We've grown alongside this nation for 50 years. It's our birthday. It's the company's birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. I think, the success came from a sort of a people first and employee first approach, empathy and a personal touch. So I think we'll continue to leverage on that. What we are looking forward is, we'll continue to stay afloat, improve on our quality, embark on new projects wherever it may be, whether it's in an environmental project or people's training project, as well as I think right now tech is important. So already there are technologies based on AI for our industry, at least on the consultation and the surveying portion. Sadly, not on the moving portion yet. So that's what we continue to look forward and, at the same time, reducing our carbon footprint. And so,
All right. Well, thank you so much, Ivan, for joining me today.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Ivan Ong, who's a general manager at the Family Movers. This has been The Right Business with me, Hong Bin Zhang.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.